Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing good. We are going to be jumping into things very shortly here between Altered Edge and Cartel. This is interesting. Obviously, Cartel did really good, knocking Skyfire down in their first match. And then also, Altered Edge have been doing pretty solid recently as well. Obviously, beating out Monarch. So this will be a pretty interesting matchup. I am joined with Mop.
Mate, how are we? And damn, you're right. This is going to be quite an interesting matchup, as I definitely reckon you can argue that both these teams have completely contrasting playstyles. Cartel, definitely a lot more frag heavy, a lot more fluid, more adaptive. I kind of imagine them as we've seen them play. Before a round starts, they didn't really necessarily have, guys, this is exactly where we're going to plant, or this is exactly where the Rios go. They're going to have a fluid strategy. They're really adaptive, super frag heavy, while in absolute contrast, Altered Edge have so far shown to be really strat heavy. So it's definitely going to be so enjoyable to see the clash up between a strat heavy team and a more fluid adaptive team. And obviously from Altered Edge, they have recently picked up a coach, and we're going to have to see, although it is such early days, if Altered Edge are slowly developing and changing some of their bad habits that got them in the lower bracket.
Yeah, one thing, the one main person who I've seen that doesn't really follow strats perfectly is Rabbit. He just doesn't really know what primary he wants to bring on Sledge. The man just switches between shotgun and L85A2 all the time.
I'm sorry, have we seen Rabbit use a Sledge shotgun?
Yes.
The man is onto the new meta. That is it.
For pretty much the entirety of Coastline in their last game.
There we go. I mean, come on, man. If you take grenades from Buck...
He won a round with a goo mine in his foot with it, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, honest to God, okay. If we see some of these Sledge shotguns, I mean, who knows what else is going to have a shotgun? Thermite shotgun? Man, that gun slaps, I'm telling you. Thermite shotgun and Sledge shotgun are slept on, fellas. There could be a new meta coming in here.
Surely Ash gets shotgun.
Ash shotgun. Now, that's deadly. Can you imagine, like people complaining about Ying, man? Imagine getting flash, and in the next 2 seconds, there's an Ash with a shotgun in your face. That reality is my nightmares. I'm telling you for free. And our first map we're going to is a Border, and Border is definitely such a interesting map. Although the meta is so played out for Border, meaning that each site has 1 or 2 takes, and is hardly ever diversified. There's definitely 2 ways to play Border that separates an average team from an absolute excellent team. And these are the different angles you can hold as attack, the repels, and all these fantastic, not really seen features too often that teams can absolutely just capitalize on. And we're heading straight into Border. Prediction on bans, Covert?
I don't know. Probably Thatcher, just because he's banned a lot. Maybe Thermite. That's been happening a lot. Could also see just something else, maybe like a Nomad, Jackal. Not really sure. Like Ying is the first ban from Altered Edge. I'm pretty sure we saw Altered Edge bang Ying on the last time I casted. I'm pretty sure they bang Ying every map.
I mean, Ying would possibly be an operator you'd think Rabbit would bring a shotgun for. You know, get close and personal. That'd be pretty fun to see.
That'd be entertaining. We will see Capiteo. So you will have all the hard reach and Thatcher on the board. So there's not gonna be too much chance of denying those main walls. But we'll see whether they can bandit trick successfully or not. As long as bandit doesn't get banned, as we will see Mirror, which is a very standard ban on pretty much every map nowadays. Mirror's she's banned so commonly that no teams don't really strat around her anymore because there's just not really a point. You might get to play her in like 1 game in 100.
Oh, absolutely. Mirror's just she's just too round changing. And obviously the Echo ban coming out, they've got to ban the Echo or you got to ban the Maestro. Typically one of those information operators. And obviously an Echo ban really suggests a lack of a possible IQ coming up or a lack of a take in which they have to take down below, as IQ can scan the Echo drones and shoot them down from below. And our first site from Altered Edge is going to go to Workshop. Now, opting to go down below first is is definitely definitely not what I really would have expected. I thought an armory was going to open out the doors for this game, but you know, ventilation is definitely not a site that you can sleep on. And it's going to be interesting to see if they opt for absolute verticality and have about 4 defenders possibly upstairs with all these vertical holes, which is absolutely a possibility. Or maybe have a soft roam with a few reinforcements, maybe a 2-3 split. Only time will tell for this question, but it's definitely going to be challenging for the attackers to read a ventilation spawn first.
Yeah, ventilation spawn, I think in this scenario does make a decent amount of sense. Obviously, the main wall is going to be very hard to keep shut. Plus, you still need to heavily hold top floor for the most part when you're defending fence and workshop, which means if the attackers don't read into it properly, they could fall for the trap of thinking that site is top floor.
Oh, that'd be an absolute bait and switch, wouldn't it? And I think we can, if you remember from the start of the Pro League season, Sinister versus Pittsburgh Knights, they actually pulled that off in Clubhouse. So, I mean, if they somehow pulled this off, that'd be insane. But, I mean, what are the possibilities of that ever happening, right? I don't doubt it's going to come out.
Yeah, I mean, the most memorable one I can remember is the BDS versus M&M gaming game of the EU Online qualifiers for Invitational. A T3 team in M&M Gaming just completely debating BDS. That is
absolutely
very entertaining.
Definitely looking from the attacking lineup, and they're doing a real quick entry from the east side over. And you can look over the attacking lineup, and Ash, Zofia, Buck. This is an incredibly aggressive attacking lineup. The defenders here also use so much utility up here, so they could be prepared for a possibly fast take on East. Spy trying to get some pre-fires into CCTV does not catch anyone as nobody's holding there. Possible lack of information as Spies trying to get droned out on the 90 hallway. Watching out any possible flanks.
You know something I've just realized? I don't see player in that lineup.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that. I was really looking forward to watching him play a competitive game, but unfortunately, what can you do? Obviously, something's happened, but be it like a substitute or whatnot. But despite this, Sophia could be getting aggressive on the fountain. Malt trying to hold it. Ash burning some ADSs. Flash going through. Ooh, Sophia getting the first pick onto Molt, the Legion player, and Ash is trying to capitalize on the gained ground by taking an aggressive peek down and almost gets the kill onto ACOG, who's pre-firing with the SMG-11. God bless this man and his bravery for challenging an Ash with that gun. Ooh, Squilzy taking him out. That is 2 players dead from upstairs. 3 of the defenders left, and now the attackers have upstairs control, and Shao getting a kill onto Zane, the Buck player from Customs. That is, I mean, okay, we've got something. A 3v4 is nowhere near as bad as a 3v5.
Yeah, that's also pretty big, because Buck being dead means that you're pretty much now stuck to whoever's breaching charges for vertical play, which is not ideal. So...
definitely.
We'll see how they can adapt around this to still be able to get the line of sights that they need.
Yeah, it's definitely with the thermite placed outside the ventilation window. Looks like they are going to go for a B plant as Ash opens the doorway for the thermite.
Thermite just trying to clear out West Main there. Maybe he's going to try and push into West Main, or he's just going to prepare it for someone to hold it for him when he goes in and plants.
15 seconds left, and not much ground is really being taken in order to execute a plan. Smokes are going off, and all the attacking team is just stacking on each other. A 4v2 as Jokes has a beautiful kill, and then Rabbit gets a kill onto Jokes. Plant needs to go down in the next 3 seconds. Ash aggresses onto Smoke, gets the kill, and all that is left is Kate, and they can't get the plant off. How do you win that? That is insane! Alternate Edge just absolutely just so refined in there, and the Smoke saving his utility for the last possible second. And wow, I
think that was miscommunication there, because the Thermite goes down, drops Diffuser, alright, but Ash is pushing up, which means you don't really have to worry about him anymore, and Thatcher's in there, and I didn't see Diffuser on the ground at the end, which means that I'm assuming he picked it up, but maybe just didn't expect the Thermite to be dead, so he didn't think to plant. Not
definitely
sure, but not planting is definitely not what you want in that situation. As I think it was a 1v3, right?
Yeah, yeah. Freaking Cartel got the 2 opening picks, cleared all upstairs in record time, and yet they still choked the plan. And now this could possibly be either A, at the start they didn't really understand what their plan was going for, and like I said, Cartel was such a fluid team where it's not unreasonable to suggest like, oh, they don't actually go into this round with, hey, this is exactly where we're going to plan. It was an on-the-fly decision, possibly, and maybe they just didn't have the drone work like you were talking about, which definitely would make sense. But, oh well, what can you do? Well, on to the next round, as Cartel is going to have to attack Armory, and Rabbit having quite an interesting deployable shield setup as they opt to not reinforce the right side of Armory. And I'm sure this is going to be contested by the Doc, ACOG, using his ACOG on Suicide.
Yeah, I like that type of setup, but there's the one thing is it does trap you a little bit behind.
I think it does constrict the site, doesn't it? I think you're definitely right in saying that.
Because like obviously you can get the angles down, but if they play vertical below, you're kind of dead if someone's just holding an angle onto you.
Yeah, right.
So, and then it also once that person's gone, it also pretty much entirely restricts your movement back into that type of area. Without really any sort of contest on the wall, as Agog gets lit up there. Luckily, his dogs will just pump some stims into his arm, and he should be fine.
And as we do see Cartel set up for an obvious east take, and what I'm really gonna hope is Altered Edge understand and see that Cartel keep going east way over, and maybe set up their different setups in order to prevent such an east presence. Anyway, 1 minute 50 down the clock, and nothing has actually really happened. I believe Zane is on the CCTV rappels trying to look for some long angles into office, while the rest of the members just stack up on east stairs and the office wall. Ooh, and Ash, Sophia, the double combo, have taken some ground into offices, but it is 1:30. The defenders are making an excellent job in order to stall the hell out of Cartel. As Cartel is definitely going to have to take a lot of face peeks now, as Expired is going to try and get such a greedy kill on the guy. He got a guy. How does he get that kill on the guy's CCTV? That CCTV almost cleared. One person on Banana Desk, as Molt gets a kill on Expired, and Squizzy gets a kill onto Molt. What an excellent trade, and Jaeger gets taken out by Zane, who just destroys the poor man. And now they have so much control with a minute left. Cartel just need to chill the hell out, drone these remaining 2, and just decide on what they want to execute. But Rabbit's trying to take an aggressive peek, as one of these defenders do need to make a play. Ooh, Rabbit just getting abused, as Akol gets an excellent kill on Squilzy. Beautiful communication from the pair. As we now have gone to a 2v3. Can Altered Edge bring us back? I mean, Covert, this is pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, I think one thing that's going to harm them a little bit is the fact that Rabbit's used all 3 of his smoke charges with 30 seconds left. So the only real contest for a plant is the gunshot.
We do have a plant going down, making a 3v1, faked off the plant. You have one person beepers, one person behind bomb, and one office. There is absolutely no way ACOG, with his ACOG, could possibly clutch that out. I mean, really, that was concerningly close for Altered Edge, though. Despite their losing of the CCTV, they almost brought that back with a lot of different refrags and trades. So, although it was a bit of a convincing loss, it's definitely salvageable.
Yeah, it was. I think the one big thing there for Altered Edge is that they didn't let it spiral completely out of control. Obviously, being able to get those couple frags back does mean that coming in towards the end, obviously, although because they're both really low HP with no stims, they still lose with 3 of the enemy left alive. They're still in a solid position to, try and improve on what they did. Maybe change Wombatus utility, something like that, just so they can try and find those extra frags.
Covert, do you know what I just realized?
What?
The member on Altered Edge, who I've been calling ACOG, Are you ready for this crippling dyslexia to go into overdrive? Yeah. Yeah. That is an unlucky moment. That is something you hate to see, truly. Oh, man.
That's unlucky. Hey, I mean, he's named himself AGOG. He plays ACOGs a bunch. I can understand.
You can understand the confusion. That is truly tragic. Oh, well. Altered Edge, hopefully they'll understand what Take Cartel are going to do. As I think it's fair to say that it's incredibly likely that they're going to go from east. If it's not broke, you don't have to fix it. And let's see if they can adapt their strategy in order to prevent this. Because it's really unfortunate. They lost 2 people, TV and server, without achieving absolutely anything. Ooh, a late cam from Ben, and I thought he was going to get picked off. Oh my lord, but it doesn't really look like they're changing up their strategy. I mean, can you spot anything?
I mean, there is obviously the one big thing of the last couple times you've had all but the Buck go and spawn on east. But now they've had a couple more spawn Valley, so I still imagine they're going to focus on the east side, but they might take a few more bodies onto the CCTV instead of just the Buck. But I'm not too sure. I think they, as you said, just their ability to adapt on the spot might come into play. Is obviously leaving the Buck when there was 2 bodies in thing. Well, obviously, 2 bodies in CC. Last time, obviously, one of them got taken out early, so Buck just had to find the one, but I don't think they trust the ability to find that one early, but...
Ooh, wow, an ill-advised peek from Ben as he gets taken out so early into the round on server. And now the poor Jaeger player, Chow, is just left alone, proning on Banana Desk, and the man must be getting some severe PTSD of what happened to him last time. The Buck player from Zane just absolutely creamed the poor person. And now he's sitting behind Banana Desk, trying to wait for a possible peek. Whoa, man. Whoa. The man is dodging the bullets for his life. As Killer Bones is trying to find any type of angle. And he's proning again. The man loves the floor. And he finally gets killed out by Expired. And half the team had to go over to help him as Chow was just absolutely dodging bullets for his life. And a quick series of trades as Molt gets a kill on Zane and Spoozy gets a kill on Rabbit. We're down to a 3v1 as Molt's left all alone on Archives and the plant has changed. We are planting down on Armory. Can Molt potentially get a kill? He can't find the first wallbang and he cannot, unfortunately, get the flick. Damn. That is, it's always, Altered Edge are always getting opening picked. However, they have this period of time where they almost seem like they're about to turn it around, and then they just get collapsed on by the body count.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that was a really good example of the adaptation from Cartel, because obviously the Jaeger playing over in CCTV was a bit more of a hassle to clear out this time than it was last time, and they had to pretty much use quite a significant number of bodies over there. They had 4 people left alive, and there was 3 just clearing him out. And then by the time they got him cleared out, the one other player that was still trying to push on Office had died. So they were just like, well, we're all over here now. We might as well just try and push main wall instead of having to go all the way back around, which is what you do want to be seeing from a team.
Yeah, because if the attackers are dedicating so many resources to clear out a single Jaeger, then what's going to stop the rest of the defenders, as long as they're getting that information fed to them by the Jaeger player who's just experiencing literal hell, to be like, okay guys, look how many resources they're dedicating to security and servers. Let's retake some of this area that the attacking team has just spent the last minute trying to capture. But despite that, hopefully we'll be able to see a new Altered Edge up in Customs, as I'm really hoping they don't get opening picked again. Because I feel like if they can just steal that momentum away from Cartel for just a bit, I think that's enough to run by.
Yeah, it most definitely will be. The interesting thing here will be how Cartel go about this, whether they go and try and hard commit onto the detention wall, whether they just hard commit upstairs, or whether they do a bit of both. Having like the Thatcher and Thermite go on to
my god,
and have the rest pushing up top. But Chow in a
the man's gonna have to be dodging bullets, dude. Look at him! Oh my god, the drones are coming in. Oh, this man is the he's the lone Spartan against the Persian army. This poor Chow is about to get swarmed. And we're going to have to see if he can use his positioning.
He's running.
He's just running. I would.
I don't think anyone wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
You see,
really
you see like 3 drones and hear a bunch of footsteps. I think the best bet there is to just run.
And yet again, I keep coming back to this. Cartel consistently clear from east stairs, which is definitely a viable strategy. But I'm really trying to hope Altered Edge are gonna continuously pick up on that. And possibly they already have by placing Chow early east, so he can get the audio confirmation, dip out, and now the defenders know where they're taking from. Jokes is about to get the detention wall, and Molt, oh no, he butchered it! He didn't use his ears. Poor man, Jokes just gets the freeze kill of his life onto Molt, and my dream of AE not getting opening picked is now dead in the ground, as there are still 2 people still up on server, but definitely Bandit getting killed so early for absolutely no reason at all is a bit of a kick in the teeth.
He guessed wrong there. He got caught out in finishing up the animation of the other wall when it went off, so he just didn't quite have enough time as Expired and Chow narrowly missing each other's heads there. As Expired
I don't think Expired knows.
He definitely does not. Chow not able to find the buck. We'll put him down to about, what, 5 HP, do you reckon?
Oh, let's go!
Legion has run across from CC. So, that will
absolutely
be the
fantastic teamwork from Ben, and Ben is just going! The man can't be killed! He's swinging on everybody as he killed the buck, and now he's killed, I believe, the Zofia, as Killerbones is on site trying to contest this hatch. Though I believe, although that AE have upstairs control, they should be able to comfortably maybe get a plan.
Yeah, Altered Edge don't have any sort of pressure on site other than where they can see hatches, which is still solid. Rabbit able to find that shotgun there is huge. It does mean Jokes is all by his lonesome. He will go for the plant while they're picking up Banana, but if they can both push from different sides, not really much Jokes can do. But he does find Banana, so he will be in a 1v1 now with Rabbit. Rabbit has already proved to be quite good at clutching out, obviously winning out that first round by just denying the plant. With about 3 seconds left, and then no one tried to recover it. As Jokes has fallen all the way back to a workshop. He's very far away, and in fact, if Rabbit can time it right, he might have been able to get the defuse, but he went and checked outside, which the drone will get the intel, so Jokes will start to push up, and then he will be able to find the tight angle onto the defuse.
I think it would have been definitely a completely different story if he possibly stuck to plan. Although they did have a drone on the exterior that the players were obviously sticking so they could get that sound cue. I think if he definitely baited in for 2 ticks of the defuse and then swung on that, that would have been an excellent story. But despite the crushing loss for Altered Edge, that was a fantastic showing from them as, man, like Chow with his bait and switch, and then the man stays alive long enough to be able to get a kill on Nomad without Nomad, I think, using the full extent of her utility. And then Banana, just goes for the refrag on Chow after he gets cleaned up by the buck. It's just obviously showing this excellent team play. And
then also on the swing back into CC, the man gets another one. So
yeah,
just using that outside balcony area, it's just 3 kills pretty much. He's just rotating back and forth, just clicking heads. It was very, very nice to look at.
And now here's a really interesting decision. The only round Altered Edge have won is for Ventilations. Ventilations is now available for them to use, and they decide to stick Customs, a site they've lost anyway. Why do you think this is, Covert?
Well, I think the one big thing that you got to look at here is they won Vent.
Right.
By really a misplay on the half of Cartel, because they had full site control, and with 2 seconds left, they just didn't plant. They just didn't attempt to start planting. Plus, also after that, they just kind of got, you know, pretty badly beaten up when trying to hold that top floor, which you do need to hold for the Vents defense. So I think instead they're just opting with how well that last round went to just see if they can win out in that final situation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we'll have to see if their confidence in double picking Customs is going to be rewarded, as my heart almost stops as Expired almost got the earliest pick of the guy's life. would have been excellent entry into CCTV, as killing somebody that early, especially an operator like Legion, just cuts off so much utility.
Where is Chow this time? Is Chow off in Narnia
Now
again? Or
something I want to know about, but Ben is just absolutely aggressive on this suicide angle as he's just trying to dominate it, and Chow is supporting him from Armory. Possibly could get a few dirty bullet holes in there.
Ooh, that's interesting though, is they've opted to keep the door from Armory to balcony shut, so it does mean that Banana will have to open that at some point if he wants to try and sprint across.
Definitely. It's quite, yeah. It is
if
definitely
you surrender control to Armory with Chow dying, and then you want to push him for the refrag, having to mag dump a barricade, probably not quite what you want to be doing.
Chow's about to be presented with a 1v1 onto Expired, the Zofia player, both on full HP. But does Chow have any information on the Zofia? Should be able to hear the Zofia. Oh, but he's reloading! And Zofia's so big and still gets taken out by Chow! The man is crazy! As he goes for another aggressive peek, Ben here to support him. Definitely just like last time, but Chow is not going to over-aggress. Ben hearing jokes on the rappel.
If he tries to rotate back here, this could be very catastrophic for the team, but Joke's looking away there, gave him an opportunity where he could have tried to push it up. Didn't though, as he's, I'm assuming, just thought that he would have been watching it constantly, as now they're not looking at this door, as they're playing Ring Around the Rosie with this intact softball. It's
what excellent time waste as Chow gets his second, and Chow's just running away from Killer Bones. No, he's not! And he tries to find another kill, but unfortunately gets a double pinch from Killer Bones and Zane from Beepers. And wow, that is some excellent time wastage. Like, despite him dying, and Ben
they still haven't got wall open. Bandit's still there. Bandit can still keep this wall shut, which, if this Bandit can just waste one of them, if Bandit can get one of them here, that will bring it down to 10 seconds, realistically, before they can get this wall open, and they're just gonna have to run away and go for supply and double door. That being shot though means they're stuck having to go supply. Rabbit able to find the first kill with the nitro cell, and then a second with the SMG. Does mean it's all down to Zane without diffuser, and with so little time left in a 1v3, not really much he can do as Agog will find the final kill there from Small Office.
Yo! Wow, that was just such an excellent round, and I think we can definitely, although Rabbit definitely had the impactful kills at the end there, he was only able to do that because of Chow and Banana's excellent duo roam. And like, man, you love to see when a team can work together. It just makes the game so much more enjoyable to watch, as you can see that team flow. And although I think the fact that they lived that long was definitely on the fault of Jokes for not watching the Armory angle, and I think Cartel's drone game has been quite poor recently, as we do see these pockets of, hey, why don't you know about this information? Like, why do you not know that security inside server room is essentially clear? You know?
One thing that was really interesting there, though, is the fact that Squilzy losing that 1v1 with Chow really early in the round definitely slowed them down, because obviously if Squilzy gets that, then they've got 2 minutes left on the board with control of Armory, and at that point there's not really any sort of rotate possible for Banana. So
yeah,
would just be stuck trying to hold in CC. So I think that one gunfight there with Chow and Squilzy was quite impactful on the round, because it did really slow them down, as they had to stop focusing on trying to get CC and just had to spend about 30 seconds getting in position to try and take it. And then
what are you? Who are you, Ben? Banana, what is that? What have you done to them? My God, man, that is a coconut bra video if I've ever seen one. But what an excellent Valkyrie camera placement from Ben.
And then he just eats it onto a wall.
And,
okay.
and then he goes that. He goes that. Definitely a disparity in the levels of decision making for these cams. And what's even more interesting is Altered Edge is just saying go
as Chow was.
Oh my God, Molt is taking the position.
Just run.
Whoa, they have too much utility dedicated to Office to be able to give it up so easily. So definitely Molt is going to... No, don't do that, Banana. That is one for the VOD review, friends. That is unlucky. Jackson has his work cut out for him. Zane gets an excellent kill onto Banana, who, ill-advised, tried to make a bullet hole. unfortunate that, but it does show that Zane's game experience. I'm sure the man has, as like everyone, has died to that angle 1,000 times, and it's always a good pre-fire.
Yeah, it is a solid pre-fire. I think the one big issue there from Banana is I'm pretty sure he had bullet holes. I'm pretty sure he had bullet holes there, as I think I saw a tiny bit of changing color when he was crawling across, which, if you're gonna have bullet holes down there, you can't be crawling across them without peeking. Like, it's just asking to get lit up.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we've seen a lot of development go on the round as it's back to a 5v2. Rabbit and Chow. Though they do have excellent teamwork with each other, is it going to be enough to a 5v1? Cue the frag music, because this is where the best fragtage of this league's history starts, right now.
Defender has left.
This is...
First kill onto the Buck, that's Zane gone, as Chow finds the second one onto the Zofia. Plant still getting stuck by Jokes, 2 seconds on the diffuser, and it goes down. Chow has so many different angles he's got to peek. He's got literally 3 different sections he's got to clear before he can even get close to the diffuser, as Jokes takes an aggressive angle and swings on Chow.
Yeah, that was pretty rough there for Altered Edge. Them just not being able to win out those early gunfights. That seems to, as much as I think Altered Edge have a lot of solid players, they just so far just haven't really been able to win out those early gunfights. As they've been able to win out some of the gunfights in the mid round to bring it back and look a bit more even, but those first ones, those entries, they just can't seem to win out at the moment, and it's cost them pretty dearly.
Definitely. And like another thing that I'm noticing, especially with that Armory play, is that Cade, when he threw his early Nitro Cell, I think that kind of encapsulates how Altered Edge are playing. They're playing so aggressive and using as much utility as they can as early as possible to try and get those opening picks and possibly get comfortable with the man advantage. And when they don't find that, they definitely get collapsed on. And I feel that if that Cade felt that he couldn't hold it any longer and the wall was opening, that's fine. Dip out of that area and possibly play below with that Nitro Cell. And then that utility that you just wasted can become so much more impactful later in the round. And I think it's kind of this decision-making that all of Altered Edge are kind of displaying in this defense on border so far.
Yeah, it's as much as they're a strat-oriented team, it does harm them occasionally when they do really just need to adjust how they're playing. And it really did have them rough there in that round, because just a couple of the players just didn't quite adjust how they needed to, and it did cost them their lives very early, which is not what you want to be seeing from a top-level team that's made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So yeah, I definitely think we can talk about Altered Edge's kind of just not adapting, but I think that can definitely change, and this is the perfect place for it. Attack, as the defenders, we haven't even been talking about what the defenders are doing, as we see Altered Edge take a similar attacking strategy to Cartel as they're clearing from the east side over. However, the defenders have some heavy roaming in office, as the Wamai and Jaeger are both going to try and hold it for their lives.
I'm going to be honest with you, I just want to know what Rabbit's bringing as his primary. I just want to know whether he's got the L85A2 or whether he's got the shotgun.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he so does! I bet you he does. There's no way. There's no way you're picking this with an SMG-11. Oh my...
I mean, the Mandas are not with the SMG-11.
Yeah?
So, he is kind of nasty. He's kind of nasty. I wouldn't doubt the man even if he had the L85A2 to just be peeking with the SMGs.
I was absolutely terrified. I just need to say, oh, that is a misuse of utility. As now, Chow is just going to take the face peek. He has information on where this passive fountain is, and he's not taking it. He takes the aggressive swing, jump, vault over, and gets the kill. And instantly like this, and that was an ill-advised Nitro Cell throw.
As well.
I was just about to praise Cartel for bringing a Nitro Cell down below, and there I am. I'm going to do it anyway. Jokes, excellent Nitro Cell kill onto Malt. Wait, what's Rabbit?
I still want to know what Rabbit's bringing. He's planting.
Well, I mean, this is an excellent angle to hold with a shotgun.
Oh, no, we don't get to see.
Wow, he would have been so close on that plan. Squilzy, an excellent pick, and now it is a 2v3 to the defenders.
Now a 2v2. Another.
Wow.
It's going swinging every which way.
Definitely. Xiao and Banana,
Just gonna
the duo themselves are going to have to try and mount up to take us an angle.
Oh. Squilzy, you shouldn't have stopped peeking that.
There we go.
Okay, well, that's the end of the round. I was gonna say Squilzy can shut this down here as he's peeking into 90, and I can't imagine Ash would be expecting the peek that aggressively, and then he just looked away. He just looked off. Ash peeked around and got the kill, and then expired, trying to wide swing to at least get that before having to worry about Banana on the Nomad, just not able to find the shots.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
We didn't get to see what Rabbit was bringing though.
Oh,
that makes me sad.
But like, surely he's just running the same thing. I mean, I joked about sled shotgun, but man, I don't know, boys. Like, we could be seeing something. It definitely could be a thing. I mean, I would, if I was playing competitive, I would try that in scrims. My team would hate me. I'd be like, fellas, this is what I'm doing, and they'd be like, Charlie, you're an idiot. But I'd do it anyway. And I think Rabbit has that same. He's got the shotgun. Look at him. Look at his little icon. He's got the shotgun.
I told you.
The new meta is here. The new meta is here.
I think the big thing with Rabbit bringing the shotgun is he's very good on smoke. So I think he's like, I'm good with smoke with the shotgun and SMG-11. So like, you know, why not just like bring the same thing on attack?
Yeah, well, I mean, just saying it.
If it works on defense, right?
This
like,
man, Ubisoft can nerf whoever the hell they want. This man finds a way. Rabbit is the incarnation and just the representation of natural selection. As this man goes on and finds better things. He doesn't dwell on the past. He creates his own meta. Good on you, Rabbit. Good on you, man. I want to see this man frag up. I'm an Altered Edge supporter now. Let's go, Rabbit. This man has swayed my heart.
Yeah, I mean, the man's. I don't want to see him get a kill with the shotgun. That would be incredible.
That is literally going in the fragtage. I'm just saying, man.
I think the best thing that Rabbit could do though is get a shotgun kill on a smoke. That would be the ultimate Uno reverse card right there.
You know how if Sophia gets a kill on Ella or vice versa, they get extra points for like this sibling rivalry?
Yep, I agree.
There should be extra points for just quote, my shotgun is bigger than yours. that would be Ubisoft, please fix this game, add that.
Just add it as Uno reverse card.
Uno just reverse, big reverse. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we're getting away on this round as we are 2 minutes in. And nothing's really progressed apart from AGOG, not ACOG, opening up the office wall in some really shocking holes.
Ubi, please. Ubi, why you gotta dog Sophia like this sometimes?
Oh my god.
You can't do anything there as the Sophia player.
You don't lose that! Wow, Expired almost getting the freest kill of his life onto Chow, who's set back to a slither of health. What?
Someone flashed?
What in the...
How did Volt get flashed?
The the attacker's utility got baited out by the Wamai, gave it an extra tick, flashing the attacking team on the entry. And, wow. Expired on the prime peak.
Well, Expired's now like 1 HP, so... I mean, tickle this man's with like a Habana pellet and he'll probably die.
No, absolutely, this man is on the brink of death. He sees the penalty gates as Squilzy gets a kill onto Rabbit. And now it is down to a 2v5 as Zane kills Banana. And it is all up to Chow, who's on such a low amount of health that it's just not looking very likely for the poor man. As AGOG is getting combated by Expired, and he should be calling us out. And Expired blows himself up as an absolute show of strength. The defenders just don't even care. They'll lose whoever the hell they want. They're still winning this round. They are confident. Expired, exclamation mark in chat, showing how happy he is with his decision making as AGOG and Chow The last two left as a 3v2, despite their health disadvantage, is definitely possible. As Shao just gets the kill onto Squilzy. A 2v2, and now this is definitely possible. Habana also getting opened archives, and Shao, if he had any more HP, he wins that. Joke's getting an excellent kill onto Chow. And now Agog's got to make a tough decision. Tries to take the peek and try and gets the 1v1 onto Bandit. Secures it, but cannot get the plant down.
Ooh. Unlucky. Solid. I mean, is that the new meta though? Has Legion, has Expired just found the new meta?
What, of blowing yourself up?
Blowing yourself up.
Yeah.
Blowing yourself up to, like, just assert your dominance on the attack so hard.
Oh, absolutely.
That they just get scared to push.
Yeah, they just freak out because these guys will do anything, man.
Like, Expired just big-brained them.
How can you kill people that are not afraid of death?
These
guys don't care, man. They don't care. They'll blow themselves up with an impact grenade. They won't even think twice about it. He's got, literally, I'm telling you, Expired, next Fragtage on YouTube, he's going to have that as opening clip because the man just does not care if he lives or dies. That's how much of a good player he is. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent.
He's so happy with his decision. Puts an exclamation mark. Just be like, look what I did. You're gonna fight me. You're gonna fight
proclaiming
me.
it to the world.
Deny you the kill. Do you want to get the kill? No. I'm gonna kill myself.
No, I'm done. I'm done with this. Okay. Well, anyway, the defenders.
Is that TOS?
Hmm?
Is that TOS?
I actually couldn't
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I don't know TOS. I know some of it, but I don't know enough of it.
Does anyone? I mean, I just know there's one word that we definitely can't say and would never say on a broadcast like this. It's totally family friendly.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, anyway, Cartel opting to go down below this time as they did just narrowly win out Armory and a 5-3 scoreline on Border. And I feel like Border is the type of map in which I think if you're going to say, oh, it's defender side or attacker sided, it's actually quite even because of how long it's been in Pro League and been in competitive playlist. Because for everybody who doesn't know, the longer a map is in competitive play, the more even it becomes. So when a map first comes out, it's astoundingly defender-sided statistically, and slowly it reverts away.
Theme Park.
We see this on Theme Park most recently. We saw this on Cafe. We saw this on Villa, and now they are gradually becoming more attacker-sided. Well, not attacker-sided, but you know what I mean.
Villa in the last season just swung from defender-sided to heavily attacker-sided in Latin America. So
yeah, that is correct.
I don't know what those Brazilians are doing, but it just completely froze win rates out for what most people would assume.
Chow using utility to open up this castle barricade, which by itself is a very interesting strategy coming out from Cartel. Rabbit, this sledge player, getting a kill onto Killer Bones. That's the bandit player out of there, and I believe he was trying to bandit trick, and Jokes gets an excellent kill onto IQ to even out the man
advantage.
Chow's
just unfazed by the fact that his teammates just died right behind him.
Teammates like got no legs. The guy's like, oh, right, whatever. What can you do? I guess.
Whatever. Unlucky. I gotta keep holding this angle. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Chow's trying to look through these vertical angles as somebody else is looking through these vertical angles. The Valkyrie that is Jokes gets traded out. Not traded out. Sorry. Gets killed.
Was he? He was just looking at the door because I'm pretty sure he flicked up at the end there.
He tried. It's like you talking about Chow himself. Get flicked up.
No. Chow got the kill by looking through it.
Yeah.
Jokes wasn't looking through the vertical.
Well, that is obviously some poor positioning possibly from Jokes then. As the man advantage has been swung to Altered Edge for the first time.
I told you, bro. Rabbits are not with the SMG.
Yeah, look at him go. Look at him go.
He must have the shotgun now, right? He's surely
obviously. He's got the shotgun. We both know he's got the shotgun.
He's playing meta, boys. He's playing meta.
Oh, Rabbit taking such an aggressive play, dropping into the server room, and this is where you whip it out. Whip it out. Do it, mate. Do it.
I'd say 20-second meta, sledge meta. Nah, none of that matters. 20-second meta, yellow meta. Nah, that's all pathetic. Do you know what you need? Sledge shotgun meta.
Sledge shotgun. That is absolutely excellent. And Squilzy should have the call for exactly where Rabbit is, but he's not acting upon it. Rabbit dropping down and gets another kill. The SMG-11. Yeah, who would have thunk it? The man is just absolutely dominating with the SMG-11. He just takes every peek he wants, and he's still winning it. So I mean, honestly, man, take whatever goddamn gun you want. If you're getting kills, go for it. But we have not seen a shotgun kill yet. And the only reason you would bring a sledge shotgun is only if you're trying to get the verticality in which sledge cannot achieve. So this is, okay, if you're down below, you're the first floor, and you're trying to get vertical holes onto the second floor, that makes sense. But we actually haven't seen Rabbit use him in that way at all. Because when they did eventually go armory, when they did go armory the first 2 rounds in a row,
he's practically just playing like an entry frag alongside.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Wonder why you would opt out of. I mean, it's fact to say it's a superior gun, right?
I would judge it if it's not working, but it worked. So I don't really care.
I think it definitely it can go into like the mindset of seeing how Altered Edge like to try and spin rolls. Whereas possibly normally you'd see the sledge player as like a flex close support, but maybe he's being switched to not necessarily like a second entry, but like I don't know, whatever tier down that is.
Maybe they're treating it like a buck, because you'd usually have like buck as your second.
That's the idea, right? That's the idea. But
so you're just like, oh yeah, sledge is the same thing, right? He's got a shotgun, you know. He's got a high recoil gun. It's the same thing.
We'll definitely have to see if Rabbit can surprise us with his shotgun. So we haven't actually seen any of it at the moment, and this is the first time we're seeing it out. And it's quickly gone back.
We just check him, making sure there's no ants near him with the shotgun. It's like, oh, ants, you better not, you know.
Exactly. And just as I was talking about Cartel's persistence in always going east stairs, it is the same for Altered Edge. And I keep talking about this, and it's most likely getting boring to keep hearing about it. But it's really going to be interesting to see if Cartel decide, okay, this is the direction they're coming from. How can we flip this around on them? And so far, it doesn't seem like they're doing that.
Well, I think the biggest issue for Cartel here is the fact that they're split pushing, where they're sending 2 players up onto main more and then having the rest push east, which means you can't just be like, they're pushing from this one side, let's focus on that. You have to try and split your resources, which is just not a good thing. Mo able to hit the headshot there. Doesn't mean Squilzy goes down very early though, so.
Now we have Rabbit primed on the armory doorway, using his drones, unlike he used his drones the previous round. Drones out the bandit half wall. The man does have 2 frag grenades, and I don't know how much utility he has, and you do not win that with an absolute collapse from Altered Edge onto the poor man Killer Bones, as that is Nitrocell down the drain, and Molt gets an excellent kill onto Zane. And with a minute 20 left, a 5v2 can definitely swing either way. So let's hope Altered Edge take that time with possibly droning out the last 2. But if that drone catches Jokes, this could be a very early collapse, as Expired gets a kill onto Agog. Agog? My god, I'm gonna have a challenge for saying his name, aren't I? And that is the Habana down. Yeah, you get one. Man, I've really made a mental note of that.
He said it right. Oh, we're seeing sledgehammers, boys.
Oh, that is wow. Expired is just doing God's work by getting 2 frags on the verticality, and Jokes is still running around customs.
Is he gonna blow himself up with an impact nade again?
Let's hope not. Very well could.
Is he gonna assert dominance again? Let's find out.
Jokes should be getting some loud footsteps, as IQ should know exactly where Jokes is. So pre-fires came out, and who has the diffuser? Because the plan, where they're planning, and the pre-fires go out for absolutely no reason, as the position of Jokes is now revealed.
Your Ash has diffuser? Huh?
Ash with diffuser. Oh, well, I believe somebody just had to quickly pick it up from the corpse. That was Habana. Wow, just so many ill-advised pre-fires from Jokes there, as he had a real excellent position to counterplay Altered Edge, but he just never decided to use it.
But did Jokes have Nitro Cell there at the end?
I don't know, but I feel like you'd imagine, right?
I mean, I'm gonna be nice to him and assume he just didn't, and that's why he didn't like throw Nitro Cell to the left.
just trying to clear out anyone there before jumping out. But if he did, then yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's don't get me wrong. It's a very tough position for him. And I don't think he had much information on that person to the left of him. But the person to the left of him had information on him from such loud footsteps. Unfortunately, he wasn't alt walking. The man was just sprinting around. Oh well. Despite last round's failure, we're hoping Cartel can maybe pull up something different as they go to customs. Is there like a different playstyle Cartel need to kind of employ in order? Were they doing something right before that they're doing wrong now, or is it Altered Edge kind of understanding Cartel's playstyle and just countering it?
I think the one thing that I do see a lot of teams do, and I think it's very questionable if you have that really good gun skill that Cartel does, is they play aggressive on the attack and just take the gunfights they want and they win them because they're good with the guns, and then they just start playing really passive on the defense.
Wow.
And them playing passive on the defense, it just allows the other team to try and collapse, which we've seen Altered Edge doing. Obviously, last time I do believe it was Killerbones on the Bandit had 4 people collapsing on him behind half.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
You're like if he just swung on someone earlier, you know, like he would have done on an attack, then maybe he finds a frag before dying. But because he's playing passive and waiting for them to push, a well-coordinated team like Altered Edge are just able to work together and collapse, so they don't really have a chance of doing it. So I do think a key change here for Cartel is to just start playing a little bit more aggressively, not too much to the point where
what am I look? Dude, look at this! They just absolutely left security alone, which definitely
Bandit spawn peaked top floor.
Yeah, he did peek
And
top
then
east.
they've just completely left security.
Yeah. Very interesting. Oh, well, we'll have to see how it plays out. Expired coming up metal stairs, probably trying to get a real aggressive pick. Yes, there is. I believe there is somebody in armor. There is one fountain going into the 90 hallway as the Gridlock Stingers go right out to Jaeger. And does the Gridlock not notice? The Gridlock did not notice.
No, they must have
had a
heard.
perfect
Someone must have
opportunity.
heard that. I just think
Nobody reacted to it, so you can only imagine. Anyway, Expired is going through some true hell as he's presented the option to flank up metal stairs again, in which he is just trying to look for a pick. But unknown to him, no one from Altered Edge is even marking metal stairs or even trying to contest it. Molt getting ground onto Tellers as he's going to have a...
I do believe he has a castle on that doorway to at least protect him from the swing from bathroom. Which means that Bandit won't be as much as a threat. Well, no, he doesn't. So Rabbit finds a kill with the nade onto Smoke. So that is a solid amount of plant denial going down a bit before you'd want it to.
Ooh, Molt is about to take a gunfight with Squilzy, who's hiding in Workshop, trying to look for these holes. And he missed the IQ as she crossed through. And Plant's going down with 2 seconds left on the diffuser. 1 second, and it is down. Killerbone's trying to deny on the plan. Fails as Molt gets a trade. And Squilzy trying to find his target onto the IQ. Finally gets it as Expired and Squilzy and Jokes. What is there? A flurry of kills going down. Squilzy and Jokes in a 2v2 against
all the refrags.
Jokes has found excellent ground upstairs and has got the verticality back.
I mean, Squilzy at that point was just baiting his teammates.
Well, now it is Banana all up to him, and he gets jumped out by Jokes from above. And that's just something that you don't really see very often, isn't it?
I mean...
What was that round? Tell me what happened. Actually, like, I don't know if there's like a hot replay button, but man, we gotta look back at that round on like 0.25 speed because was crazy.
I'll go through the most memorable parts. You had run out, then no contest on top floor, and a lot of vertical play. Rabbit getting a kill with the nade, Rabbit dying to the nade, IQ getting let past for no reason other than I guess.
Wow.
after that, then it just started going to hell. Plant went down, Squeezy started baiting his teammates, Jokes got top floor and then jumped out, and then they defused through a barn hole.
Yeah, well, that is just... what in the world? That makes so much sense, sorry. So the reason... I think these settings might be bugged because I was about to make a point on the fourth round when Altered Edge went customs instead of going vents. I thought that was just an interesting choice. Yeah, exactly. Bit of an unfortunate. Yeah, no, they
ended up winning
played
that customs though, so maybe it's a blessing.
No, the customs on the fourth round they unfortunately did lose, so that is. Yeah, they won on the fifth though, so that's actually that's some bad errors on our end, and that we'll have to definitely review how that gets played out later. But I guess the show goes on.
By it.
Yeah, regardless, I believe the game is still going on, so we'll play with what we've got, but I think a review of that is going to happen later, I would imagine. Oh well, what can you do? As Cartel is opting to go down to ventilation. However, what is their history for Armory? Even if they went Armory, they have a 50% win rate on it. They've lost one, they've won one, so really it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Anyway, as Cartel go down below to vents. Expired gets a perfect aggression onto her banner. Definitely a impactful operator for ventilations, as she can no longer open up any pressure holes onto the person armory or uppers.
So you never know what this man's gonna do.
Well, I mean, we have yet to see a Rabbit pull up with the shotgun, so hopefully something could happen. Expired is just so aggressive, saved by his ADS. He will be thanking his lucky stars that... and he almost gets a perfect kill onto Chow, as Chow still challenges him, gets the kill onto Expired, as the man count has been reset onto a 4v4. Chow is looking for more, as there's only one person up in Armory, and he should know this. Zane has the decision, does he drop or does he contest? The man is going to contest to absolutely no end. He's presented with the opportunity again. Will Zane drop? And the man finally drops with a minute 45. The attacking team has access to all of upstairs as Zane gets a kill on Banana, the Gridlock player. And I do not believe Banana got to use the full extent of his utility, as we do see Metal Stairs gridlocked, but there's still 2 smokes and 2 more gridlocks left to be used. And that is very, very unfortunate for Altered Edge, as we're down to a 4v3.
Yeah,
I mean, is this going to overtime, do you reckon, Covert?
I mean, if Altered Edge can't find a pick here, then this could be Cartel's round. If Cartel can just stall out for longer, then I think they'd be in a solid position. Exposing Ash a little bit there as a rabbit.
Altered Edge, they misjoined Jokes, who's in Tellers, right behind the fridge. Here's the drop. Gets the freest kill of his life onto Rabbit. An absolute lack of droning. Just gave Jokes the free kill. That's 2v4. 40 seconds left. And Diffuser is down on Jokes. I would believe. Yeah, I think this is a. Oh, now to see if Malt can possibly bring back something here as Malt drops down the hatch. And Chow gets the kill onto the Legion player, and a 3v2 is becoming more and more doable. If both Chow and Malt can maybe collapse on this Valkyrie.
Very low HP there.
Yeah. And that was the kill they needed to a 2v2 with an absolute... Very, very much so. The disparity in their health is obviously showing as they're getting one hit, and Bandit somehow not managing to kill Chow. And Chow finally goes down as the first map goes to Cartel. And this was Cartel's map choice. So, such a close game.
Oh, close.
We'll see. But 7-5 is still definitely favorable to Cartel. So, yeah. Definitely an excellent game between the two. But a lot of frustration might be coming out from the lack of the correct settings. But, well, mistakes do happen, and the game was played out. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that. But regardless,
both teams had 6 rounds on their defense, so both teams would have been affected equally by it.
Yeah, but like,
Right.
yeah, but that's
still-
luckily
it's
that's
still
not
not
up to
ideal,
us to
though.
make it no. We're just
Yeah,
the guys
still.
talking.
We just sit here, talk and laugh. So I do assume we're probably gonna go on ad break though, as we get the rehost and get the next map up and running. So I will see you guys shortly.
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place.
Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you all had a good ad break, enjoyed the beautiful ads we have. But anyway, getting back into things, I am joined tonight with the lovely Mop.
Mate, how are we? How are we? I mean, that was we just experienced something great, something different. Definitely that border game was filled with some twists and turns. At the start, it looks like AE, Altered Edge, sorry, would be absolute slapping, but Cartel brought it back after a few convincing wins. Definitely the sledge shotgun coming in from Altered Edge's Rabbit just didn't really work out for them. And unfortunately, they did not win border. However, it was a 7-5, and it was Cartel's map pick. So we are heading to Coastline, which is Altered Edge's pick, as we are going straight into it. Any bands we're looking for Coastline? What's your defaults?
My big brain. I'm expecting a mirror.
Okay, see, mirrors actually not as prevalent on Coastline than it is on other sites.
That one corner double bar.
Maps. Yeah, definitely. A mirror can be definitely used. Just
and then also if you've got some weird penthouse pocket strap with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Blackbeard going down makes sense. There's a lot of annoying upside down window repels.
The window gameplay is almost as annoying as Consulate. And that's Blackbeard taken down. Obviously, just more of the operator himself than any utility that he offers for the team. And Ying from I don't know who hurt Altered Edge for them to
It wasn't August. I know that.
I don't know. Somebody. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what have they done.
Someone must have. Maybe it was a scrim. Someone just bullied them for 6 rounds straight.
Absolutely destroyed them.
I don't know.
That's information we do not know about. But all we do know is Altered Edge hard banning out the Ying.
Totally not a manager for Altered Edge here or anything. No.
And definitely, as I was talking about Mirror not being nearly as prevalent, Valkyrie is such a strong operator on especially Coastline that her getting banned just makes sense. And yes, but if Mirror is banned here, it does mean that both Echo and Maestro are up, which is just so much information. So,
do you really bring both at once?
Well,
the thing is, do you sacrifice one of your like your flex player to be playing one of them as well as your soft support?
Well, it's definitely depends on what the other team are bringing, but I definitely think that it's a realm of possibility. I mean, like it's not like
I think you just pick between the two, right?
Yeah, but that's always one of them banned. So I'll have to see if since we are going to a double bar to start with, a Echo Maestro could actually work out really well, as neither of them are picked out.
One thing that'll be interesting here is what Altered Edge can do, because last time when they were playing against Monarch, we did see a little bit of a spawn peak for one of the Monarch players when they were playing Doc, and Chow on a call out of spawn peaking luggage in about 5 seconds took his head off. So if Cartel's done any sort of homework, I would expect them to not spawn peak.
did not work out for Monarch at all.
Yeah, well, Cartel definitely the team that would fit the profile of an opening spawn pick. As it surprises me to see an Echo in play, not an Echo, sorry, a Duck in play, but not possibly an Echo or anybody else that brings actual utility. And like, I guess the only reason I can imagine somebody bringing a Duck is just a spawn pick. But yeah, let's see if yeah.
Alright, my ping's good now.
Beautiful. Well, Squirrelsy doesn't really look like he's going for anything too special, as he's going to sit behind Red Bar, possibly for the duration of the round. And it's such a... Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I think he's probably just gonna try and hold into Courtyard, but there's also the other thing is, as much as like the double intel op could be very viable on this site, there's also the thing is, they're such really like open sites with so many lines of sight that you don't really need it as well. It's one of those really weird sites where bringing a lot of intel is viable, but then also bringing not that much intel is viable. So it's definitely interesting to see whether not bringing that much intel will work for
for sure.
Cartel side.
Well, also the Edge making no waste into entering this building as Rabbit just drops down to Courtyard, which should be in direct line of sight to the Doc who's sitting Red Bar, as Chow and Agog take upstairs, and Malt taking a holding an angle onto Cool Vibes, in which there is a player, and will Killer Bones take him out, as a Nitro Cell throw will prove that he does. The IG player dead, and I don't know if that Claymore is still up, so that is quite fortunate for Altered Edge.
Rabbit's just dropped. I didn't see whether he was running the shotgun or not. I'm assuming he probably is. It's Rabbit.
It makes sense.
He's probably just running the shotgun. Rabbit does Rabbit things, and we don't question Rabbit, so...
He just loves it. Oh, and then... Wow, Chow just flicking onto Dip, as neither of them had any information on each other, which is quite surprising for Dip, not being able to hear the Ash just walk straight up to him, but regardless, it doesn't matter. It's a 4v4 now. The man advantage has been evened out. Killerbone's still trying to hold this Cool Vibes. Expired still on lead, as it looks like the Altered Edge have possibly adapted from more of a south take, when their initial take looked a bit more... North, actually, no, it was quite... Never mind that. It looks like they are still going for their intended plant, I believe, onto the blue bar. Rabbit making absolute work of the R4.
One thing that's interesting is Zane getting subbed out for Dip, so... It does mean any sort of that synergy you're building on the night, where you just start, you know, getting to know exactly where people are going to start to be playing, will be thrown out a little bit for Cartel. But in a match that's not a 5-man series, it won't have that big of an impact. So we will see.
Oh, Rabbit kills himself with a grenade, making it a 3v4 at such an awkward time. Agog running in, going for a plant. Chow does have control of lobby, so no deny should be coming out, as Killerbones does get a kill on Agog, meaning the plant should be able to easily get denied. Agog literally fending for himself against literally everybody else. Banana left in office alone. A 1v3 with one doorway to peek through, as he's presented with his first 1v1 and gets taken out by Squilzy. And interesting enough, I did believe I just saw somebody outside the building, which is just...
Oh yeah, that was definitely someone outside.
I don't know, what was he doing?
Distraction.
Yeah.
Obviously having that enemy detected outside is can be a little bit annoying.
I do believe
also he's not really gonna be like, you know, throwing around or anything being out there.
Yeah, I imagine. Rabbit killing himself with a grenade. That's definitely something you don't want to make into a 3v4, and I believe poor Jackson's got nothing. He's got another thing to VOD review. Unlucky.
Yeah. I think one big thing there is obviously in Blue Bar. There's that weird roof pattern that sometimes when you sledge, it can leave a little bit in places. So what might have happened is he might have cooked it, went to throw it down, and then it got caught on one of those little edges or something. and he just couldn't quite get out of range before it exploded. Which,
Right. Well, yeah, that's. I think we're giving him too much benefit of the doubt here.
I mean, he could have just blown himself up.
Hey, he could have
also
just
could
blown
happen.
himself straight up.
He could have
That is-
just hooked it too long.
Yeah. That
I'll
is.
give him the benefit of the doubt, but he could have straight just blown himself
He
up. It's one of
absolutely
those. He could have
could.
pulled an expired. He could have pulled.
Now, something that is just so interesting to see here now is Killer Bones is opting to bring a Clash, and goddamn, I despise Clash. She is just such. She drains the lobby of enjoyment. I swear to God. But despite what I think, Killer Bones bringing a Clash, we're gonna have to see how Killer Bones can really work with his teammates to really make up for that loss of a gunner. And we'll see possibly maybe Dip or Jokes trying to sit behind Killer Bones' shield, but you know.
have you seen Bikini Body playing Clash?
I have not.
I don't think you can say she's not a gunner. Bikini Body frags out on her. The
Well-
match is insane.
Oh, well, okay, well, I'll take your word for that. Dip is in security room, as it does seem like the defenders do have quite an even hold. Although they do have one person down below, Altered Edge are making an absolute record of just clearing people so quick as Ben almost takes out Chow by opening up a window, and Jokes gets his first opening pick onto Molt, the IQ player, and I don't even know where that was. Man, it's just dead. Oh, it was on lobby.
Somewhere. It was somewhere.
I believe maybe Jokes is situated around maybe top right stairs around there, and that's how he got killed. And Chow getting an excellent wallbang onto Vigil, trading out that man count now to a 4-on-4. Excellent kill from him, and that is not the sight you want to see.
found the
Chow
Clash.
being such low HP can actually get taken out by Clash's deterrence. The electricity can definitely kill him out.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, there was probably a small scream there from Chow. Probably saw
He
the
liked
Clash, but Clash.
Oh, beautiful nade. And Chow
Getting
killing the
naded
kill.
isn't enough. Getting lion charged as well. That's gotta be
Well
rough.
played.
Having
Joseph
your down
unhappy.
body get pinged constantly. That's rough.
So interesting to see how fluid Altered Edge are on this map, as they've gone from kitchen to all stacking on top white stairs, and now it looks like they're going to go for a plant, but they still have not dealt with this Clash yet, and as nobody's on Aqua Balcony, this is going to stall the absolute hell out of Altered Edge. And Killer Bones, this is really where his operator shines, is he's going to be delaying so much time, relaying important information.
I mean, no one's gonna push that. Let's be honest.
It's gonna be
no one,
definitely
no
a
one
low
wants to
cut.
push into that. You have to, but
Yeah, and certainly
no
not
one's
Chow.
gonna want to. So
Yeah, well, someone has to take it, I guess.
you definitely do waste time by just I don't want to go. You go. No, you go. I don't want to go. No, you go. Like,
And definitely Altered Edge's lack of diversifying their takes is going to probably end up punishing them. AGOG's just sticking a plan. Do they have no denial? Why is Killer Bones maybe a lack of communication for no smokes to eventually go out as expired throws nothing? Coastline situation in
Banana
a
gets
2v4.
Killer Bones, did he try and drop his shield? Or
Awesome.
did he just get meleeed and then shot in the toes?
Yeah, I believe did just
Looking at where the body is, I'm assuming it's probably just meleeed and shot in the toes.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Is sat there prone and everything is. Oh, Squilzy. Now shot onto Rabbit, but not expecting the play there is the Lion. Is he just sitting there prone? 1v2 now for Squilzy, and he will get collected by a Banana. So really good round there from AE. Able to adapt to how this Cartel lineup were playing. Taking downstairs control, realizing that they couldn't really do much with that, so just opting instead to go for the weaker side when there was just really a clash.
Yeah, wow. That was definitely strange, as it just looks so apparent that Cartel just don't have proper teamwork. And, as we do see these roster changes or people that, hey, why are you playing, not the other person? Definitely is coming out as it just seems like they have an absolute lack of teamwork, as that smoke player and the clash, the cohesion between the two just wasn't there, as the smoke just didn't even try or bother to deny the plan. So I think that's all we can lock it down to, right?
Yeah, I mean, Expired plays on this roster pretty much every time. Killerbones has been there quite a few times, so if there would have been anyone where the communication would have been bad, I would have thought it might have been Dip or with Sane, like last map, but I wouldn't have expected it to be between Expired and Killerbones, but
No,
it was. So maybe maybe Killerbones just didn't call where, maybe he just called planting, or I don't know, but
yeah. Definitely a lot of internals that we can't really talk about because we just don't know enough information. But well, we're glad to see if they can try and work on that. As something that I also notice that goes under the category of a lack of teamwork is the roamers never really work together. They are taking out the vigil for a muzzy, but jokes on the Jaeger. Hopefully the man doesn't solo roam like he did last time on White Stairs and just get killed for. Although he did net himself a kill, it wasn't really impactful, as they still really won the round.
Yeah, one thing I see quite a few really frag-orientated teams be doing is the roamers just don't communicate how you'd expect them to. Obviously, to have a good roam game, you gotta Chow somehow doesn't find that pick. Jokes did not expect it to be in there, but still able to win the gunfight, so man advantage going in favor of Cartel very early in the round, as couldn't even get about 4 words in before someone got fragged.
I mean, that is quite a terrifying swing. Jokes with zero information in the kitchen, just face peeking, assuming it's clear, gets caught by an Ash and still wins that gunfight, and that is just Chow has gone from hitting his shots and his unbelievable wall banging from the last round, just all going out the window. Is man, you just gotta hit those, I guess.
Oh no! Oh, Rabbit. He didn't mess it up this time.
Bit of a... He didn't kill himself, though he didn't cock the nade correctly, and he just netted himself an unbelievable amount of damage. He's set to 1 HP.
I'd say that's probably about 90 damage, right?
90 set to 10 HP, and that's 1 or 10 doesn't really make a difference because that's 1 bullet, and that's 1 gust of smoke. So, which they actually don't even have a smoke. Never mind, they don't even have a smoke. So
it is like 4 pests though.
It is about 4 pests. That is not wrong.
Maybe. I mean, wait, you say it's that little HP, but like, you know, the SMG-11 across the map might take 2. I don't know.
Oh well, just by
I'm sure there's some sort of scenario where he's
just helping him out, and now he's back all the way up to 90.
No, Rabbit was down at 1.
We are down to 50 seconds here as Mold almost gets his drone stolen by a Muzzy Best. Pushing up solo on 90 as he's definitely going to make a play. Oh,
why are they swinging?
With so many shots, but eventually gets Squilzy down. I do not believe Doc has one last stim for him. Doc has been getting excellent use. Lion Scan going down and a possible plant we might be seeing. Planning, is there any denial though?
No.
No denial. And Agog is still left alive. That is a very late Nitro Cell. And we are down to a 3v4. Castle down below. Rabbit on the rappel, getting off the rappel, probably opting to go billiards. And Ben getting killed, and Dip killing Agog. Agog.
I mean, Dip's
and now, wow. And Killerbones finally killing the last one, Rabbit. And what around that looks very convincing for Altered Edge. Cartel just swings back.
I mean, I said the Dip substitution was questionable because of team synergy, but I mean, after what I've just witnessed, I know why.
Yeah, man just
that man is clearly a gunner, so.
Well, the man just clicks on heads and he doesn't even think about it. Well, that's teamwork when you're just killing anyone anyway. Definitely not something you would expect Altered Edge to lose a post plan that looked definitely by no means was substantially like unfavorable to them. You know, they definitely had opportunities for long angles and patience, but they just got rushed on and just lost to Dip's constant gunfights.
Yeah, I think one thing that was a little bit questionable, I think it was Agog. I'm not exactly sure, but there was someone prone. Now, as much as that will throw the peak off, it does mean that if you do get the kill, then you're pretty much just dead straight away afterwards. Because they're just gonna pre-fire exactly prone level where the bullets came from, and being prone, you move at about half a mile an hour. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2-1. We're going straight back to blue. And luckily, the game error from last game has been fixed, so blue bar is in rotation. And now we are seeing quite a similar hold. Although instead of the duck, we have a warden from Jokes. And although that Ying has been banned, there's not many operators that you'd really try and bring warden for. The only thing that I can possibly try and understand is that possibly if Altered Edge go for a quick smoke plant from Sauna. But I mean, their lineup could suggest that, but doesn't really look like they have that intention, as they are all spawning east side, as their attack is probably going to be east over. Very similar to the last time they took blue. And honestly, if Rabbit doesn't kill himself with a grenade, this round could be definitely winnable. As Chow just straight drops onto black, takes Aqua, face speaking everything. He must have some insane... And with 2 minutes and 20 into the round, they've almost cleared all of upstairs, and they have this control. Joe's getting a kill onto the Valkyrie. Not to the Valkyrie, so the IQ, my lord. Yellow, whatever, don't worry about it. And that is... Yeah, wow, you hate to see the IQ player.
I mean, if you would have been like, if you would have said like Blitz or Lion, sure, but like,
I just see Valkyrie as yellow, and then I saw the icon. Yeah, I have no idea, man. Absolutely no idea.
If it was another yellow attacker, I'd be like, oh, understandable.
I guess he tried. He tried.
Wrong side. Like,
Shao getting down from some vertical holes that he made, trying to catch these two players' office.
I mean, it could have been a nitro cell. There are 3 possible nitro cells on the board.
Not wrong.
So, oh, my man, Banana long arming the shotgun there. Always love to see that. As the Altered Edge will just settle in for a winter of vertical play.
And yet again, Altered Edge are down a man, and it is a 4v5. And just the advantage from a 4v5 on how Altered Edge always seem to play differently when one of them dies. Kind of makes me want to say Cartel are definitely favored for this round. Although there is a minute left, a lot of things can change, a lot of angles can be opened. Jokes is still holding security, and if you're trying to plant blue bar, you really need control of courtyard, also lobby, so that they can't deny the plan. However, they definitely have so much control still. Squirrels are getting a kill onto Rabbit. That is the Sledge player. That is all verticality gone, as the other 3 players are opting to sit in office.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe Chow just, like, sprints up on top for some reason.
Oh, Chow's back up. Chow is back upstairs.
I told you, bro.
And this is probably more not to look through the verticals, but to counter anybody else trying to get it, as he gets a kill onto Jokes. In a 3v4, definitely not impossible, but you're gonna hope there is some drone work being done.
Is Expired peeking Hatch? Or...
Expired is trying to watch that swing onto Hatch. Dip getting a kill onto Agog. A flurry of kills going out. Squilsy onto Chow. And, wow. Killerbones finishing it off with Ben. And,
Is this a... Killerbones!
There we go. That's exactly why you need to
doing it to my mans. You can't be doing that to my mans. Like,
despite this being Altered Edge's map, it definitely just seems like they don't really know how it's played as well as they thought they knew Border was played, I guess.
I mean, do you know what this comes down to?
Yeah.
Rabbit ain't been getting them shotgun kills.
I think that is a fact. I think the fact that
he killed himself
Rabbit...
one round, he knocked himself to 90 another, and then he failed. He failed to whip out the shotgun for that vertical play. You know?
What is Rabbit on? Rabbit is on a fat 2 of the team members from Altered Edge are on donuts, which is definitely, which is obviously not what you want. But yeah, I think it's definitely trying to find out the reason why Altered Edge are losing their attack so convincingly is Coastline is such a map in which that you can always find alternative angles. So for example, if your initial plan was, okay guys, we're going to default plan on billiards, right? That doesn't necessarily you want all 5 people Aqua. It means you want, okay, let's have 2 people aqua. Let's have 1 person billiards repel. Let's have 1 hooker repel. Let's have like 190/VIP and collapse on these angles. And AE are just not taking advantage of these angles, and they're always pushing a site. They're always entering 3 stacking, 4 stacking, and sometimes even 5 stacking. Just not really using why the map was considered attacker-sided for a bit. Mainly because of this. Joke's trying to get a spawn peek.
I think there is the other thing with Coastline is I think it's pretty widely considered a frag favored map.
Yeah.
More than anything, it was for a bit an attack sided, but I think now it's more orientated to just frag headed. Just because it's, and if you look at a lot of the defenses, especially up in Pro League, the majority of the defenses are pretty much just to put the defenders in favorable gunfights. More than anything else. Because this map, it doesn't matter if you have like, oh, I got the perfect strat. If someone just walks in a doorway and gets 4 headshots, unlucky. Try again next time. Like, it's the thing is there's so many different angles on most of the good sites that it's just so hard to try and run like a
Chow so close taking the head off Dip as Dip swings and is not enough to kill Ben, but does get
team
the
down. Was that a team down?
I
think it was a team down. I don't think Dip got that. I think that was just off the Dip died.
Really? Oh well, either way.
I'm pretty sure.
Either way, Dip did result, although if not directly, a down on Ben. Banana being absolutely pretty much reset. 1 HP now.
It was a tactical reset.
Yeah, it was a tactical reset. Squoozy gonna be under a lot of pressure from this sledge as he gets the vertical kills onto Rabbit, and that man is staying on the donut. Rabbit, you hate to see it. Jokes and Expired making a joy play down.
He just needs to peek with the shotgun, just like.
Oh, absolutely.
Rabbit, just peek with the shotgun, buddy. Come on.
Yeah, he just needs to have the confidence, but he needs some of Chow's confidence because this man face peeks so much and clears some of the maps so early, which I think gives Altered Edge this time to breathe that they have right now, as it definitely seems like they're about to collapse for a service plan. As Squilzy just absolutely deletes the hell out of Banana as he is holding such an important position as no one on Altered Edge are taking use of their verticality. Shao trying to get some pre-fires onto security, but not catching anybody as there are still 2 people. West side, Shao getting that kill on Squilzy. That means
there's only 1 on site.
There is only 1 person on site. It tries to go for the drop shot. Chow is just not having any of it. And a 2v2, they still have an Echo and a Wamai. Echo definitely being absolutely essential for denying this plan. With unlimited pings going out, Mold is left in a 1v2 in such a tough position, getting pinged constantly and gets killed by the player in bathroom that is Expired. And man, like I keep saying, also, the Edge excel in taking all this ground and all these angles so early, like that verticality in VIP, but they just fail to use it correctly. And definitely, if they look back on this VOD, because it's looking incredibly bleak, right? Like, they definitely could bring it back, and I hope they bring it back. But it's looking like a downward slope. But what I really hope that they do is that they can look back on this VOD and understand, okay, guys, like right here, why did I jump down? Why is nobody holding? Why are we doing this? Why are we stacking up for no reason?
I think one big thing that happened that round is after Chow found the kill onto Mozzie, it was solely Killerbones on site. The other 2 were off over in Office and Blue Bar. So they really should have just all tried to rush the smoke, kill him, and then just immediately plant. Because if they can kill Smoke without losing a player, then they can have 1 person watching Kitchen and 1 person watching Bathroom, and then the defense has to take a gunfight on pushing back in.
Definitely. And that's obviously just like a lack of information that Altered Edge have. And in those situations, it definitely is tough to get those drones onto site. But the fact that I didn't really see anybody try definitely suggests that Altered Edge, although with their lack of like playing the map, in my opinion, kind of like
what's
correctly, I guess. I don't know. I think it is about prone out.
Is he proning out of the door? No.
Yeah, he's proning a bit out, hoping someone to spawn ruins so he can just jump out.
They're just gonna.
I'll say, I think the best droning AE are doing is just hard droning Chow.
Oh,
What a shot!
Rabbit getting his first
He
kill.
finally brings the L85A2.
Oh, what a coincidence! What a coincidence! The man is actually given a proper gun.
Shotgun still matter, bro. Shotgun still matter.
Oh, I mean,
Go watch the go watch the Monarch VOD, bro. Shotgun matter.
In our dreams. That is Jokes, who was solo roaming yet again, cleared out, which should suggest to Altered Edge that most of this map should pretty much be clear, because as the history of the rounds shows, Jokes is normally one of the only solo roamers just out in absolutely nowhere. As we see, the rest of the 4 members are sitting deep on site, though they do have a vigil, which could suggest a possible home from Altered Edge's perspective.
I want to know why the 2-speed Jaeger was roaming over the vigil.
Because definitely Jaeger becoming from a 3 to 2 speed doesn't necessarily remove him as a roamer.
Oh no, I know it doesn't, but I just,
Well, Vigil's utility can definitely be not necessarily just used as, hey, I roam all day. Holding a position like Cool Vibes can let him be extremely fluid with it, because the player Cool Vibes can be peeking down the stairs, the doorway, or 90, and if you're visual effect,
but then again, but then here's the other thing. Right. Yeah, you can be solid on defense, or like on site.
Yeah.
But that means you're solo roaming as well.
Oh, so the soul, yeah. So I
which
think
means there's no possible chance for a refag when he dies.
Yeah, I think we can definitely interrogate the solo roam and how ineffective it is, especially on Coastline.
I wasn't being like, oh, Vigil should have gone out instead of Jaeger. No! He opted to play on site instead of
Wow, so IQ, ironically, did not catch the ADS until 2 flashbangs were banned from Habana. Oh, well, it is a 4v4. Dip has gone for an extremely late rear push. He's flicking off it.
Could have been worse, though. It could have been the smoke grenades. Oh, well, as I say that, it got a bit worse. It was the smoke grenades.
Oh, the utility is just not being cleared out by the, Oh! Shao's just sick of his team wasting utility, just enters in. Double kill on Hooker, does not be able to catch out the Vigil, as Vigil aggresses up, kills the... He's so good! Look at him go! Go, Dip! Oh my god, just an absolute spray of misplays from Altered Edge, as Chow aggressively takes the peak, loses. Oh, that was just bad from both teams.
Neither team expected the hard rush. First of all, Chow was just allowed to enter hookah door for free.
Wow.
It was allowed into hookah for free.
All I'm saying is that is going to be buttered.
And then Dip just...
That is a note on the note page. That is getting reviewed. That is so...
I'm imagining that series of events, that Chow and then Dip play. That's probably going up on Twitter.
Altered Edge are just... Their post-plant is very... It definitely does need some work. Because it just seems that they don't really have... Like, it's definitely fine to early in the round when you're like, okay, guys, we need to get a pick, we need to get an opening frag, and to have that hunger. But when you're planting or close to a post plan, you don't need to worry about the kills or the frags anymore. You just need to worry about your positioning and what angles you're holding. And unfortunately, we always just see that aggressive mindset that should be halted, accelerated even.
I think Chow, amazing there. And entering to hookah, incredible. Great job. But then he should have just pulled back and held Billiard's window.
Definitely. Such a shame.
Pull back to the corner of hookah and just hold Billiard's window, and then he can't... The Vigil tries to push up that aggressively. Can't really do too much, but...
Yeah, definitely a shame, but definitely the spotlight goes to Dip. Oh my lord, what are we seeing? We are seeing a 3-man stacked rush from office into blue bar, face peeking straight into kitchen door as Jokes tries to get the opening pick onto the freaking smoke player that is Rabbit, gets the kill, One person left on to deep service. Can he find a second one? It's a shotgun player, the new player. Agog gets the refrag on from Rabbit. And Squilzy gets a kill onto Molt. And most of
Diffuser's going down. Diffuser's going down at 40 seconds.
Agog getting whiffed on by Killer Bones. Squilzy getting killed on Banana. Chow getting a kill onto Squilzy. And it is all up to Dip. He did it last round. Can he do it again as he's trying to look for this first peak to make this a 1v2 or 1v1, sorry. And they are isolated. This could definitely happen.
Agog's low. Agog's very low. Oh, but now is Dip.
Information comes out exactly where both the defenders are. Dip, although on low HP, has 1 minute and 40 seconds to figure out what he wants to do. So he's got time. He does have I believe he does have a drone in the pocket. He has 2 even, I believe. So he's got a lot of...
I think they're both out pocket.
Both out pocket. Still,
He's got
went over
2.
the positions. He does have a
2.
minute and 20.
But then again, they could be mute jammed because they don't do anything if they're mute jammed.
Oh, we'll see here. This is the
Well,
first
one
one
of them's
up
not
on
mute
Penthouse. I was about to say, oh, it is now. Thankfully, the mute jammer is down below. As Dip is going to have to... Oh, okay, so he finds the first one. Now he's going to see if he can't get that first 1v1. No, not much information coming out as Agog. Yeah, he's just crouch walking, trying to find this angle as he's checking all the right places, but just getting really unlucky as Agog is expertly changing his positioning around. And his position should definitely be sprayed out, and Altered Edge finally get around on their backs. And that was, yeah, you know, the rush failed. And definitely the MVP of that round was Agog. Getting that refrag, getting that nitro cell kill, and denying the plant. Who was the mute play? Was that not Agog?
No, it was Agog, but was it a 3K?
So yeah, he got the refrag from Rabbit.
Yeah, he got Jackal. He got the one with the nitro
cell on Buck, and then he killed IQ, who was planting. So definitely the MVP of that round. So finally, it took quite a while, but I have not won a round since the second round.
There's 2 players on 10 kills from different teams, both Chow and Squilzy, just popping off of their team. Molt still sadly sitting on a donut, but it happens. I'm a hard support. I understand, you know. You sat there, you're doing all the hard work for your team, and then you just die every time. It's just depressing, but
absolutely the trouble of the support player. Oh, wow. Anyway, we're going down to double bar. Billiards not being opted for anytime soon, which is definitely as questionable as when they were on border and they chose ventilation over armory. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Altered Edge play this. If they want to play it very similar to how you would on Billiards and have some upstairs control, or if they're going to play it like Cartel played it and just absolutely leave upstairs. And I think the solution, or the answer to our question, is being answered as Castle is upstairs, placing a deployable camera looking for Aqua, using one Castle barricade for utility to try and deny maybe an Aqua push. And if I don't know if a rush is about to happen or what, but the attacking team is stacking up on the west side, as it looks like they're going to try and get the hooker control first before eventually possibly pushing into Slaughter.
Dip's just walked in.
Dip is already in.
Oh, defender on stairs. Does he know? If he doesn't peek to stairs and tunnel visions onto Billiards, this could be bad if he peeks out.
Absolutely, and he gets killed by Chow. Chow, the top fragger for Altered Edge, definitely showing us why he's the top fragger. Man gets the opening pick onto Dip, somebody that's been just so impactful for the past few rounds, and that must be a weight lifted off Altered Edge's shoulders. Molt sitting in Billiards. He's got what? I wouldn't know, but all I know though is Molt has quite a he's gonna have quite an issue trying to take these long gunfights on operators that have an ACOG, and he's running a UMP. But Squilzy gets a kill on the ACOG and Banana gets a kill on Killer Bones. That is the Echo gone. And although
IQ's
that's...
So those drones are probably going to stay up for intel,
Yeah,
at least.
Definitely. And that's, although the man advantage is still there, definitely
So
tough for Altered Edge.
disrespectful from Chow, bro, just tearing down that castle barricade.
Now, getting the rotate. Now he's on red bar, as the attackers definitely seem to be trying to mount up for some sort of sauna play. We'll have to see.
Chow was so low.
Expired is definitely putting Chow under absolute pressure, as the man is just proning and watching. He's trying to find... He's literally waiting for this default plan to come out.
There's two people
cocking
prone.
ahead.
Everyone's prone. It's a prone party, boys.
Despite Chow being on such a slither amount of health, he just cannot find...
Rosie, what a shot onto Banana.
This Jaeger has absolute potential to just stop this round as he... whiffs? He whiffs the first kill on Expired.
Expired's very low. Rabbit finds one onto Jokes. Rabbit finds a second, and that will be the buck on so little HP. All Molt has to do now is play safe. I'm sure they probably still have an Echo Drone up in sight. Come on. He just needs to land one shot. Molt just needs to land one shot. He can probably snipe him with the Super Shorty.
Yeah,
and he will find the headshot, so... Good round there from Altered Edge, even though, despite not going billiards, which most people would probably say is the,
I'm sorry, was that Molt's first kill?
It was, yes.
What? Well, there we go. The man, he doesn't let the UMP disable him. That man excels with the UMP. God bless him. Good on you, Molt. Molt finally making on the scoreboard.
Rabbit did get that 2K though, so that was pretty impactful. Finding the knock with the SMG-11 and then switching to the shotgun to take out Zofia. Sadly, not quite being able to get that second sight canister off. If he would have, that would have for sure been the buck going down to it. Because he was about 5 HP probably. So, but not just getting shot before he could get it off. Luckily though, Molt with his first kill, able to shoot him in the face.
Good on him, got him. He's finally there. Well, Altered Edge seem to have the momentum, and they're just going to probably most likely just be running with this, as Cartel definitely seem to have stepped off their kind of fragging potential, as they're making the same mistakes Altered Edge did, and are cluttering up and not really making full advantage of the map.
I mean, Skillsy's still fragging though.
I mean, the man's still doing good work.
The man is just sat here clicking heads. I mean, he's got 1.5 kills a round, I believe, on average. 8 rounds, 12 kills. Yeah, it's 1.5 kills a round. The man's been gunning. Meanwhile, Molt's sitting here on an average of an 1/8 of a kill a round.
Bless the man. Oh well, the man does good work as he is playing the castle. And talking about castle, Altered Edge definitely seem to not necessarily rely, but are definitely used to using castle in most of their strategies. As we have seen in Coastline, this is the second time they're bringing castle out of their 3 sites. So definitely a prevalent operator to be brung, and that's probably to try and deny some of these window repels, which gives them a bit more time, or wastes a bit more of theirs. As we do see Squilzy and Killerbones fast enter into VIP, gonna probably get a line of sight deep onto A-bomb to possibly try and get a late plan down. Or if information comes down, that is wallbangable, and he does click the head of Jaeger, and now Banana trying to avenge his friend and does not hit the shots. Rabbit goes down. That is a smoke and a castle dead. All of the utility potential out of Rabbit has just been cut, as Squilzy's trying to look for another one. And Dip getting the kill onto Molt, and this round is just turning, it's literally sinking like the Titanic for Altered Edge, as there's nothing they can really do. In a 5v2, Chow going on an aggressive swing, and Dip finishing it off. And that is a flawless round. Yeah, just as I was talking about, who are they? My lord, it's like Cartel. Just as I was talking about Cartel not using these angles to advantage, they turn around and just absolutely abuse it. As every single angle...
Agog, that's unlucky.
Nah, definitely. Hate to see it.
you don't hear it because it's a Maverick torch, and then you just get dinked out of nowhere. So
Yeah, well, 6-3, the pressure is definitely mounting as AE Altered Edge have no room for messing around. And
They need 3 in a row.
yeah, it's definitely a tough one. It's OT or bust. And definitely, despite if Altered Edge come out with a loss, which will kick them out of the tournament, I do believe, this match, these 2 matches at least, have had so much potential for growth. There's so many huge outlining issues that can be fixed very simply and can progress the team just so much. So definitely an exciting time for Altered Edge as they could definitely progress. But let's not strip away from Cartel's absolute persistence as their aggression and just ability to win these gunfights statistically a lot more than any member, apart from Cal probably on Altered Edge, is really just swinging the game their way. As they're getting these frags, they're getting these angles, they're playing the map, and they're just absolutely fragging the hell out.
yeah, honestly, from what was it? Altered Edge do have a it would be sad to see them go, but honestly, from what I've seen from Cartel at the moment, I believe Cartel probably have a solid chance of making it to the losers final. Maybe further, I don't know, but they beat Skyfire. They beat Skyfire. Sadly, they lost to Augulus last night, but Augulus are by far one of the front runners for this finals. And they brought it so close. They took a map and then took it to overtime.
Yeah,
for the rest of it, and then coming in tonight and just showing that their flexibility is so good. It's they are definitely that underdog team to watch out for, especially the fact that they technically shouldn't have even been in the finals in the first place. So
Dip entering the map 210, clearing out this castle barricade, and Chow getting killed into Killer Bones, and Chow getting another kill into Expired. The man advantage is absolutely huge right now, and it finally goes down to Squilzy without Banana getting a kill onto Drip onto the Ash, who was making his way through luggage. Banana must have incredibly aggressed. Yeah, either Ash drops down or something happened there, but regardless, great play from Ben to get that kill. And in a 4v2, it is not looking very likely.
The body has vanished.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just gone. Cartel, what have you done with the body? Cartel 2v4 here. It is looking very unlikely that they can really pull something out. And we're going to have to see if Cartel can have the ability to try and work together and try and take these picks. Because you really don't want to make this a 1v4, a 1v4. You got to make this a 2v4 and try and work together to get these angles and pressure them.
Yeah, this will be interesting if obviously Squilzy, who is the top frag for Cartel this map, if he can find a headshot or two on a misplay from Altered Edge, then Cartel would be in a solid position to try and bring this back. Because realistically, the only way that Altered Edge can really lose this is if they peek.
Yeah, definitely. And
the big thing here is don't peek.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
don't. Just don't peek.
Definitely, Altered Edge's playstyle coming in handy here, as they're definitely more of a passive team than an aggressive team. So I don't think they'd want need to control themselves here, because they already are doing that. And Squilzy almost got a nasty, just guessing flick onto that castle that is Molt. But with 15 seconds left, and the Jackal not even be able to find the first one, a 1v4 is looking quite bleak. And this is when Altered Edge absolutely should just collapse into Sophia for the stats. But they're not even doing that. They're that refined as a team. Squilzy, nothing he can possibly do here. Ends the round. And yeah, are we going to see Altered Edge come back?
Oh, I mean, after that round, that was very, very dominant. The only person they lost was that one my top 4 who got a 2k and then
just did his
accidentally exposed about an inch of his shoulder.
If he wants to do that strategy, they should just give Chow just a disposable operator. Like, hey man, play as a utility, then go die, get 2 kills, and then we'll take care of the rest. Alright? Okay, sure, bro. But like, yeah, Hopefully they don't give him a Wamai again, which thankfully they haven't. They've given him Jaeger. Definitely a
Much more set
disposable
up again.
Definitely set, forget, go get a 2K, then die. Easy.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much what you want your entry to be doing. Is just
Mm.
go and get a 2K, die. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, this man, absolutely.
That is. I'll say, like, realistically, as a hard roamer, your two main objectives is either to get fragged and to have a man advantage, to get a man advantage for your team, or get it to about a minute left.
Right.
If you do one of those two, you've pretty much done your job. Because obviously, if you get a 2K and then die, man advantage, easy. You know, you've probably got their entries as well, or or even better, you've got one of their hard spawns.
Yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
if you bring it down to a minute and then die, then they've spent 2 minutes trying to get map control, which means, despite having man advantage, they then have to start panicking about how they're going to commit to site.
Well,
Which is where a coordinated defense, like what we've seen from Altered Edge, can definitely come in strong.
Right. And we're definitely seeing the exact same setup from Altered Edge on their blue bar, which last time they did in fact win. So they should be quite confident with how they're going to do it. Although the attacking team, we're going to have to see if they can possibly adapt to the exact same strategy. Because what a really good attacking team can do on a map that is as, not necessarily stale, but as set as Coastline, is they can just drone out a few key positions and be like, guys, they're doing the exact same strat. Let's just not even bother droning this. Take that risk, because most of the time you get rewarded. Obviously, you know, it's up to the team, but if you know where they played last blue bar and they're doing the exact same strat, you should know at least not the exact positions, but the areas of control those roles are trying to like take, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully we can see a bit of that coming from Cartel, although that is definitely a hard technique to do. Very easy to say, but it is quite difficult to perfect. Although they do have two roamers, not necessarily roamers, two players that have vertical holes looking down onto the side. It is Malt and Banana, and Chow sitting on the cool vibes. So definitely there has been an excessive amount of players and utility dedicated up here in order for them not to die. That is the drone hole death. Dip is absolutely wigging it, wondering how the hell he just got shot. But he probably does figure out it was from the drone holes. As the player that is Chow is definitely looking to finish what he started and trying to get this kill as he's whited out. No push coming out from Dip. Dip rotating to support his Gridlock player. Expired onto the luggage. Jokes dropping down to Aqua balcony. Definitely trying to pinch out these roamers. But really, they've wasted so much time. Ash has already entered into Aqua. And it looks like Molt is going to be left here to die. This poor man is going to see some bad things. And if he can escape, that'd be as good as even getting a kill. Dip gonna try and take the entry despite him being so low on HP. Doesn't end up finding anyone, nor anyone find him. Holding an angle with 47 seconds left. Killer Bones almost forced to take a peek. Almost gets the first kill on Shao. Whiffs his shots. Shao
Molt
getting
gets one as well.
And Molt getting a kill onto Dip. Dip finally dying after holding such a poor position for so long. Chow is not finished, getting a kill and expired. And a final ill-advised push onto Squilzy. And now 2v3, 20 seconds left with a smoke and an echo is nothing to laugh about.
That's, yeah. You got Banana here? Well, good luck trying to plant. It's about all I can say. Banana does go down, but now you're going to have to try and push through a smoke canister. Smoke canisters and into an echo drone.
Definitely was a...
Feels bad.
That's it. Wow, there we go. Excellent play from the Echo. As about scrutinized the smoke player for just absolutely wasting his smoke canisters and almost whiffing the round for the team. But luckily, obviously, the Echo.
I think he was more just trying to deny as long as he could, because if he can get it down to under 7 seconds before they're in sight, then they win with Echo on the board.
Definitely.
Especially with the fact that Rabbit can just hold the hole with a shotgun. You win. Just
yeah, definitely.
There's not really anything they can do. Echo drone, that they didn't bring an IQ, and unless the person that's not planting is just gonna start lighting up the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a rip there.
So, Altered Edge have won the past 2 rounds. and it's
They just
definitely
need this
looking.
third.
Yeah, it's looking like like they're just sweeping back into action. Cartel are gonna have to do something now because I feel like if they go overtime, that could be quite
Going for
bleak
map
for them. Could be a map 3, definitely could be.
We're going to a map 3, boys. We're going to map 3. This will be very, very interesting if we do. Obviously, it being Cafe as Altered Edge could quite possibly have a little bit of PTSD from that map after what happened with
fully.
August in week 1 in their first matchup. That was not very nice. They got a bit oofed.
See, now they are back to billiards, which they have not won yet. They have.
Well, I mean, if they want to prove that they can win billiards, now would definitely be the time.
This would definitely, this is the time to finally win billiards if they can. But obviously, we'll have to see how it goes as the attacking team.
Could go big here if he can get a C4 kill when they try and push.
I mean, Banana does seem to be just sitting around the kitchen area, and this is most likely just to use a nitro cell late in the round or to try and listen out to audio cues to try and understand the push a bit better. Obviously, if they don't take anything from kitchen, it doesn't mean that they're doing a detailed focus on the first floor, and they could be entering just from office/red, which is, obviously that's fine, but that's a lot of information and a lot of angles that you don't have to peek because of that knowledge. The castle, as we've been talking about, a reliance on a castle gets killed out early as Jokes gets a pick under Agog, and this gives them control instantly of most of Aqua. Beautiful flank cams being set up with not only gridlocks being set there, but also a few drones there, meaning the flanks are quite well watched. So it definitely seems that we're gearing up for a Aqua default plan, as Skillsy is wasting no time in cloning this utility, and with a minute 40 left, 3 smokes and a maestro, it's looking actually pretty good, and it seems like Cartel might actually be gearing up for a plan. And it's definitely going to see if gets an excellent kill on the smoke. That is the utility gone, and all they have left for denial is Banana's nitro cell. Is he still down below? Because he's going to have to do a ton of work.
Depending on where there's an Evilite.
Oh, there goes your nitro cell. There goes your maestro, and it is all up to Chow.
I mean, if you wanted someone to try and win it, I suppose it might be Chow.
If Chow wins this, I will.
By Altered Edge.
I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something. And I do not have to do that something because Chow cannot clutch up the 1v5, and when Cartel needs it most, they flawless.
Yeah. My one big concern with that round is the hold on top floor. The round before was pretty much perfect. They got one more frag than the 2 people playing up top and wasted so much time. Yeah, and a lot of that is because of how they set up billiards to Aqua. This round, you throw it out the window, have someone playing stupidly aggressively in billiards when you know that they've been bringing a Zofia and in Aqua. Sorry, when you know they've been bringing Zofia and Ash. And then he gets picked off, and then you've just surrendered control of that half of the site.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was definitely that map was definitely a real poor showing from Altered Edge, and they definitely have to look back with and it's not like they're not equipped to. Thankfully they've got a brand new coach. Someone, that seems definitely well equipped to handle the Altered Edge team and definitely look through some of their problems. But this has definitely been an excellent VOD to see some really big issues that be like, okay, guys, this is your problem. Fix this, fix this, fix this. And man, God bless.
Yeah, it will be a good learning experience for them. Sadly, that does mean they are out of the playoffs, however, as Cartel advance with another win, and we will be going to a quick, probably not a quick ad break, it'll probably be a long one. We do have to get the other teams in and get the next match set up, but I will see you all in a bit.